I said I'd never do this again. In the last video, this is my last one. Well, after reading the comments, this is going to be my last brush on video. Brushing on finish on a piece that's like 3 foot by 4 foot. So you're gonna see me put on the third coat of this spar varnish that I've been using. I'm gonna use an 1.5 inch brush, which is bigger than the 1 inch brush I've been using. And you can use 2.5 inch, whatever you're comfortable with. The bigger the brush, the faster you put on the finish. So I built a bar back in 1996, I think it was, and I've refinished this bar probably 4 times. 2006, 2016, that's 30 years. So about every 5 years I go and refinish this bar. And the last time I did it was during COVID. And it was this, I did the same exact process over probably 3 days of finishing a bar that's over 30 some odd feet long. I used the same method as I used on the last video that I showed you. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. We're gonna time lapse pretty much 90% of it, so you don't have to sit there forever and watch. This is the way I go about finishing stuff. I've been doing it since the early 90s. If you wanna learn to brush something on and you didn't watch the last video, go watch that video. I'll put a picture of it right here. I'll put a playlist that has every finishing thing on there. I've done a lot of spraying, I've done a lot of brushing over the last 40 years, so I think I got it down to a science. You might disagree, but here it is. Here's the video. This is the last one I'm ever gonna do, because I ain't doing any more of these brush on video things. Anyway, well, enjoy the video. Tell all your friends, share it with the world, and let's get to it. I have to third coat this right here. I'm going to sand it down and show you that this cross grain technique actually works for large pieces, because everybody's like, well,
they're very small. How do you do large pieces?
Do them the same way. 32.5, 43. This is large enough. I'm going to have to reach over here. So I got gleam. We're going to use the gleam again. I've had these 2 brushes in here for weeks. When you're doing larger pieces, like this one is here, you want to use a larger brush. I'm going to go with 1.5 inches. You can go probably 2.5 inch brush would be good. These are cheap little roosters, I think they are. I'm going to clean this up real quick here. This right here is just lacquer thinner. So I'm just going to clean this brush up that's been in here for probably 2 weeks. The way I'm going to do that is just take a little lacquer thinner, pour it over the top here, and wipe the edges. This is redwood right here, so it really sucks up the finish. Hopefully 3 will do it. 3 did the interior, and it looks pretty damn good. So keep your fingers crossed. Just gonna take this and just do that. So I got a little bit of schmutz on it. All right, we're gonna come over here and do the same thing again one more time. A little bit of lacquer thinner on there. We're gonna wipe it off on the inside. We're gonna flip this over. Do it again. There's our 1.5 inch brush. It's got the slight angle to it, which is kind of a good thing. I'm gonna open this up here. One thing I did notice with this can, this is a brand new can, it's not amber. It's still kind of an ambery color, but it's not as orangey as the other one is. I don't think it'll really matter. And we're just gonna stir this up until there's nothing on the bottom. There's the other can. This one says amber. I just wanted to mix this up, make sure it's gonna be ready to go. So the whiter the piece, the bigger the brush. Kind of makes sense, right? Okay, now we have this huge thing. I put 2 coats on this. I don't know if you can see the dry spots. There's dry spots, and it's very cold in here too. It's 52 degrees in here, which is not the right temperature, but I gotta get this done. I got things to do today. Get 52 degrees, probably take 4 hours for it to dry instead of 2. We got the gray 3M pads we're gonna use. I need a bigger piece than this, but this is what's gonna have to work. So we're gonna take 320, fold it in thirds, start sanding. Speed this up, put some music to it, and away we go. All right, we're gonna flip it over, and away we go again. All right, if your sandpaper is clogging up and not just chalking out like this is, it's all chalky, that means that your finish is not dry enough. So let it dry some more and then sand it. It should be chalky like this. If you want to clean this off, the best way I found to do it is just use your 3M pad, wipe the sandpaper over it. It kind of cleans all that crap out. It helps. Just take it and wipe it right on there. Boom. Cleans all the crap off of there, all the dust and everything. All right, here we go, almost done. All right, there it is. Beautiful thing. All right, we get rid of this now. Before we wipe it down with a 3M pad, we're gonna use this t-shirt that I got out of the box, and we're gonna wipe all this down. Flip it over every now and then. All right, now we're gonna wipe it down with a gray 3M pad, Scotch Brite 3M pad. I've had people ask me before, why aren't I using a orbital sander? The reason I'm not using an orbital sander is because you can't feel if you got any lumps in it like you can with your hands. If I feel anything rough or anything catching, I can feel it through my hand. With the orbital sander, the thing's vibrating and making all sorts of noise. You can't really feel anything. Three coats seems to be what looks the best. for this marine grade spar varnish I'm using here. 4 coats makes it start to look like plastic, but 4 coats lasts better. And I 4 coated the outside of all these columns, but yeah, 3 coats looks the best because you can still see the grain in it a little bit. 4 coats, it's a little weird looking. Looks like you used exterior oil-based polyurethane, and that looks like plastic to me. So what I can see so far is it looks pretty damn smooth. Now you want to keep your light as low as possible. See how small this light is? Tiny, and I got it on an angle facing down this way. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. Okay, so when I'm finishing this, I'm up here and I'm gonna be working my way that way. All I have to do is look that way and I can see every little brush stroke I've made. I'm probably gonna hit my elbow on this, so later on when I do that and I go, God dang it, you can call me an idiot. We also have our little light here so I can check on things as I'm going along and make sure I didn't have any dry spots, okay? I'm gonna tell you how long this takes here. I'm gonna try to do 1.5 of these. These are about 5 inches wide. I'm gonna start up here, spread that out, come off the end here. And take this, on my tippy toes, we're gonna go off the end there. That'll help us prevent drips. If I go like this, pull this way, it'll create a drip. And when I'm brushing it with the grain, I'm barely touching it. I'm gonna go up into the finish right there a little bit, the edge here. Okay, now we're just gonna go up, barely touching it. So when you're doing the edges, make sure you go off the edges with a flat brush. Come across flat this way, try to get it all in the same line here. Try to make no dry spots. Super light here. This is just super light. That's all the instruction we're gonna get here for the next, till I'm done. Taking a look. Yeah, there's air bubbles, but those go away, believe it or not. Okay, here we go. Enjoy the music. Okay, so if you come to the bottom like this, usually what I do is I come off the edge like this, flat. And then I come up about a ½ inch and I lightly brush that out, just barely touching it. Gonna check it with our light. What we're looking for is dry spots, and I don't see any dry spots through the whole thing. You gotta move pretty quickly when you're doing this because you gotta get back up there before this stuff dries here. Okay, I brush into that, I'll overlap it by about 1 inch. I'm gonna brush it like this. All right, now I gotta move this down. I've already bashed my elbow on that metal piece of crap already, so let's see if I can slide it down a little bit. Last little bit here. I'm gonna go off this end here, and we're gonna go off that end there. And that keeps us from dripping as much as if you came this way. Because that always just rubs the finish right off your brush and drools it all over the damn side. So it's good practice. All right, here we go. Speed up again. Yeah, this has got too much finish on it, so I gotta thin this out, wipe off the brush and bring it up here and lift. You can tell just by the feel sometimes it's got too much finish on it, and you should wipe that off because you'll have one spot that'll be wet for hours longer than it needs to be. And you can see it too. So having these lights down low where I can look down on an angle and see where my last brush stroke was is a good thing. Almost there. I think it looks pretty good. Do this without killing myself. It's already drying down at the end. So this took us 19 minutes. Just turned 19 minutes. Looking down the sides to see if there's any drips. Not really. Right here there was a little bit of something. I might have hit it with the back of my, no, I did hit it with the back of my hand. Now as long as the fruit flies don't land in this thing and get drunk and fall in it, I'll be set. Looking around all over here. Finish looks good. Brush strokes are starting to feather together. It looks really good. You might have some dry spots in redwood, something like this, just because it's redwood and it sucks up finish like crazy. But for the most part, this is slickery looking beautiful thing. All right, everybody, well, there you go. I had to get this done first because it's going to take forever to dry because it's now 55 degrees in here. You shouldn't really be doing any kind of finishing like this unless it's like 65 and above. But for me, that's like once or twice a year here, living next to the beach, especially in Humboldt. So I'm always finishing stuff at 53, 54, 55. It takes longer to dry, but it dries. If you found this helpful, let me know. And tell all your friends, share it with the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This is the last brush-on finish thing I'm ever going to do. There's a whole playlist of them up here. Thanks, everybody. You have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, did I just stick my elbow in that? Dummy.
Subscribe now.